All right, music fans, welcome back. It is Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you right there. Yours truly right here. Looking at Steve Perry and his vocal skills, okay, we all agree he's one of the greatest vocalists ever, right? So people who come over here to listen to me talk about Steve Perry, whether I'm in a happy Steve Perry mood, or I'm in a sad Steve Perry mood, or I'm an angry Steve Perry person at that moment. It's like the spectrum, and it's all because of the people who like Steve Perry. I can understand their passion, but sometimes there's a blockage, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I've noticed that Steve Perry fans don't watch a lot of my other videos, especially when I talk about newer music. They seem to be stuck, both chronologically speaking, and possibly there's something else going on. One guy told me, hey, we've got enough music, we don't need any more music. Thankfully I can just keep listening to my old music until, I leave planet Earth, and I was just like, oh, okay. I never had this vision that someday the music supply would get cut off, and I would just not be interested in going and looking for new music. And there are people who can sing like Steve Perry. Now, here's the caveat. I'm not saying they sound identical to Steve Perry. I'm saying, vocally speaking, they can do things that Steve Perry used to do. This guy here, he's in this group. His name is Jerome Mazza. This group is called Pinnacle Pointe. Now, I have talked about this band a few times, and I'm begging you to go and listen to it. I'm begging you to give it a shot. Steve Perry fans, I am begging you to go listen to Pinnacle Pointe. Why? Because there's more to life than Steve Perry. Now, some folks have thanked me, but not enough. And what I mean by that is just not enough people are interested. They don't care about this. This is Winds of Change. It came out last year by the group Pinnacle Pointe, featuring the vocals of Jerome Mazza, okay? I can't tell you in more forceful terms how good this guy is as far as a vocalist. It's amazing, the clarity, the strength in his voice, and yes, he is a pure tenor vocalist like Steve Perry once was, okay? And Mazza can hit any note, okay? He can hit any note. He can pull down any type of feeling and emotion through this music. I know I've had a few folks just run right over to Amazon and grab this. This is on the Paris music label. It came out very quietly last year, and yours truly stumbled on it. And I did a few Holy Crap Batmans back in the day, and I was just this is a staple in my collection along with the older material that I listen to. This week I was listening to Journey's album Eclipse, and then I would pop this in there, and I would say, this is just such a good album. Now, there are elements of Journey in this, but there are also elements, a lot of Kansas type sound to this because of the texture and the instruments that they use. There's some violins, there's some strings. This is a bold album for people who like music, for instance, like Steve Perry, or, maybe some other bands. Obviously, Kansas comes to mind, Seventh Key, maybe Deep Purple fans would enjoy some of this. But I've talked about this numerous times because I believe in it, okay? I think it's really good. But I also think it's a huge waste of time for me to do these videos if people are just stuck and they refuse to budge. I mean, if you're going to listen to Raised on Radio again, great. Fantastic. Have fun. Great album. Like it, love it, lived it, was there when it happened, all right? This is 2018. There is new music out. Check the cover out. It's some pretty cool cover art. The album is called Winds of Change by Pinnacle Pointe, featuring Jerome Mazza. Mazza is going to record more stuff. He's working on a couple of projects right now as I speak. And I'm going to be out here promoting Jerome so long as he wants me to, and so long as he's recording music. He's not paying me. He's not doing anything special for me. I just love what this guy is about. And if you go to the endangered CDs chart, he's on there all the time. He also is on Steve Walsh's Black Butterfly album, singing 3 songs on his own. Plus, he's actually in a duet with Steve Walsh at the beginning of the album, a tune called Born in Fire. If you like classic rock from the 80s, okay? See, and this is what boggles my mind, is that I don't know if the Steve Perry people fall into that category or if they're kind of sort of going in a different direction, like they have like Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Steve Perry. I don't know anymore. I mean, this stuff kind of rocks at times. It also is softer at times and has a couple of really strong power ballads. There's a tune on here that I just can't get enough of. There's a couple of tunes, but With You is the tune that I'm talking about. The whole album is a start to finish listen. And that's what makes this good. It has a great instrumental introduction, and then it takes you through, 11 amazing tracks. So, again, Jerome Mazza, Steve Perry. I mean, the reason I'm talking about them in the same sentence is that Jerome Mazza is worthy of this kind of recognition, and I'm going to keep talking about him, all right? And I'm going to sneak him in when you least expect it. So check this out. I know I'm annoying, but check it out, and don't take my word for it. Go listen to it. All right, I'm done. I'll be back soon. See you then.